All right, YouTube, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Monday Night Football. We got a tough one here. We got the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the divisional opponent, Washington Commanders. And why I say it's tough, because we have an 11-point spread, a total of 43.5. We're going to get into our plays on the game here. I got a couple leans when it comes to the game. Then I have 2 player props and an anytime touchdown scorer to jump into. But before we get into any of that, guys, I am going to ask you guys to go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We are on our way to 13,000 subscribers, which is still absolutely crazy for me to think about. So make sure to hit that subscribe button. Also, while you're down there, hit the like button. And then, you know what, while you're down there, why don't you hit the join button as well and become a member on the channel. We call you guys the ballers, guys, and you have some perks, like you get emojis in the comments, you get a logo next to your name, and we're also pumping out daily models for NBA spread and total games and player props that are hitting at a great clip. So if you want access to those, make sure to become a member. $2.99 a month. You know what? We're trying to make that worth it, you guys. That's less than like half of coffee from Starbucks. So if you do want to support the channel and you do want access to that, make sure to find that down below. And then, as always, give me a play in the comments as well. Hashtag ride of the day. If I jump on board with someone, I'll be giving you guys a shout out in the next Monday Night Football video. But all right, a lot of rambling there. Let's get into this game. Why don't we? Jumping right into it. No more bantering. No more delaying here. Our first pick on the game, and when I say pick, it is a lean. I'm going to lean Washington plus the points in the under 43.5. Those are very, very, very light leans. I don't think these become final plays. Like I always say, keep an eye on the pinned comment to see if that is the case. But I don't think these become final plays. I do think that, obviously seeing Philly, what was it, a couple weeks ago or a week ago, playing in Thursday Night Football, the Texans kept it close. A lot of people are probably thinking that's going to happen again, which is why like 60+% of the public is on Washington plus 11. If it was the other way around, if people were hammering Philly, I might make this Washington play a final play here, but I don't love the fact that so much of the public thinks the underdog is going to keep this game close. That almost tells me that Philly is going to win this game and win it by a lot of points. But nonetheless, I do think a lot of points, I think it's too many points to lay as Philly, so I am going to stick away from this one, but I guess I just lean it because it is so many points. That's more than a touchdown and a field goal. The 11 points, a pretty decent number there, so I lean that. And then in terms of the under, I do think that this is the type of game that Philly can get off to an early lead and then just grind the game through. And you're going to see that kind of be relevant in our player props coming up as well. But yeah, guys, those are light leans. Let me know in the comments what you guys truly think is going to happen in this game. I just couldn't get myself to even lean Philly minus 11. Now, they played earlier in the year, and Philly did cover that. I think they won like 28 to single digits or something like that, right? But I just don't see that happening necessarily again. I think Philly, they're riding high right now. Maybe Washington, this is like their game of the year, Monday Night Football against Philly. So I'm just sticking away from that. But our first player prop that actually is a play is something that we hit last time out here, and it's Jalen Hurts' under in pass attempts. Now, before you look at me and you're like, what the heck are you doing, Ev? Jalen Hurts has been absolutely going off. Well, first off, he hasn't hit this over in 3 straight games, including the one that we won. Now, the one caveat that I will throw out, the last time that these two teams played, I think he threw the ball 36 times, and the game didn't really go the way that you would have thought it would either. They didn't run the ball, run, even though they're up like 20 points. I don't know if that's what they're going to do in this one. If they get up here, I think they can trust the running backs on that team to kind of say, you know what, let's keep it calm. Let's just grind this game out. Let the clock continue to run. And we've started to see that with the Eagles as of late. Again, 3 straight games in which Jalen Hurts has not hit this over. So I do like the idea of him, passing the ball 27 times. That's still a lot of passes, which is crazy. And also 4 out of the last 5 games, he hasn't hit this either. So we're going with Jalen Hurts under 30.5 passing attempts. A couple things from the Washington side that do support this. They allow the 6th fewest attempts per game. Now, that's probably because they're playing from behind a lot, and a lot of teams are going to want to run the ball on them. But 6th fewest when it comes to, I feel like I'm saying that with a lisp, fewest passing attempts per game. And with an 11-point spread and a low total like this, 43.5, I think that this one, points towards Hurts' under there and 30.5 pass attempts. Now, again, I don't think he's going to go out there and throw like 10 times. He can throw the ball 27 times, which is a lot, and still not really even come close to this number. So we're sticking here with the under 30.5 pass attempts. Now, the next one up, a lot of the rationale is going to be the same. So like I will tell you guys, I'll be the first one to admit if I'm a dummy about this game, but if I'm completely wrong in how I'm reading this game, then even this play becomes tough. But I do think, you know, given what I'm looking at about this game and what I've dove into and all that type of thing, that AJ Brown under 5.5 receptions is also pretty good play here. AJ Brown's only hit this 2 times this season, and if I'm correct about Jalen Hurts with these 30.5 passing attempts, then I think that AJ Brown's probably going to struggle to get 6 receptions. Again, something that he's only done twice this season. He did it week 1 against Detroit, and then he did it on October 30th against Pittsburgh. Now, just like I said, Washington 6th best when it comes to the fewest pass attempts per game, and then also the 6th best when it comes to their completion percentage allowed. So even if they target AJ Brown, which he gets plenty of targets, now we've seen a little bit of a decline here in the last 4 weeks or so when he was getting 13, 8, 10 to start the season. Last 3 weeks, 7, 8, 11, which is a high one, obviously, 6. So, you know, he's starting to get a little bit fewer targets, which I think just happens to be a product of some of the other guys in the offense. Goddard, Devontae Smith, even Quez Watkins starting to get more and more targets here, while other teams are kind of honing in on AJ Brown. I think that we're going to have a struggle here to get to 5.5 receptions, because even when they do throw the ball to him, even with his targets, Washington actually is good at breaking up these passes here. So AJ Brown can have a day all he wants. He can go for 100,000 yards, 6 touchdowns, as long as it's only on 5 receptions. So AJ Brown under 5.5 receptions is our next play. And then our last play for the video, guys, is going to be Miles Sanders, which is another one that we cashed in on already this season. Anytime touchdown. The fact that we're getting close to even odds on this is kind of crazy. Miles Sanders is a player now that has cashed this in 3 straight games. And again, if they're going to be leading for the majority of this game, they're going to give Miles Sanders the rock on the goal line, in the red zone, anything like that. He's averaging 16.4 carries per game this season. If you take out the Jacksonville game in which he had 27, he's more or less hovering right around that like 13 to 14 number. But still, nonetheless, he's getting red zone looks. The good thing about this too, when you think about it, is that we're able to see him possibly catch a touchdown as well. He is not just a one-dimensional player in terms of being able to get a goal line carry for a touchdown. Miles Sanders could catch a TD and score this one for us. So those are the plays on the game tonight, guys. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and we'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.